I still remember that moment. A young woman in a pure white wedding dress standing before an altar, tears rolling down her face. There was no groom, only an old yellowed photo beside a silver wedding ring. It wasn't a missing person. It wasn't a cruel joke. It was a real wedding. And even more strangely, it was legally recognized by the French government. In November 2009, in the small village of Céderon in southern France, a woman named Magali Jaskiewicz did the unthinkable. She held a wedding ceremony for her fiancé, who had passed away. Magali and Jonathan George had been engaged since 2007. They had planned to marry, but life kept delaying it. Then tragedy struck. Jonathan died in a motorcycle accident just weeks before their official wedding date. Magali couldn't accept it. But instead of letting go, she asked the French government to allow her to marry the deceased. Yes, you heard that right. France is one of the only countries in the world that allows posthumous marriage, marrying someone who is no longer alive. This law dates back to 1915 during World War I, when thousands of French soldiers died in battle, leaving behind lovers, fiancés, and unborn children. The grief was too much, so the government enacted a special law, allowing the living to legally marry the dead, to preserve honor, grant legal rights, and recognize unborn children. Today, this law still exists under Article 171 of the French Civil Code. To be granted, the request must meet 3 strict conditions. 1. There must be clear proof the couple intended to marry before the death. 2. The deceased family must give consent. 3. The President of France must approve it personally. It sounds strange, but to the French, it's a way of respecting loyalty and love that death couldn't destroy. Magali's wedding was quiet. No music, no party. Just a small room, a few family members, and Jonathan's framed photo. The town official declared, "By the powers of the law, I pronounce Magali and the late Jonathan George legally married." Magali placed the ring alone. She cried, smiled, and whispered to the photograph, "At last we are husband and wife." It may seem crazy, but if you look deeper, it's rooted in the oldest human instinct, the fear of being forgotten. When someone dies, love often freezes. There's no closure, no final words. To marry the dead becomes a ritual of healing, a way to end a story left hanging. It's not just about romance, it's about dignity. If a couple lived like husband and wife but never married, the survivor has no legal standing. If they had children, those kids might not legally have a father. French law, like a small door between life and death, allows love to complete its final step. Magali wasn't alone. In 1950, Irene Jodart married her fiancé who died in a landslide. The wedding took place at the cemetery. In 2017, a woman in Paris married her boyfriend who was killed in the Bataclan terrorist attack. Each year, 20 requests for posthumous marriages are submitted to the French president's office. Not all are granted. Some are rejected if motives are suspicious, such as trying to inherit property. The law allows it, but only with great scrutiny. Many support it. It's a beautiful tribute, love that death couldn't erase. But others strongly criticize. It's emotional denial, a refusal to face reality. Even psychologists are split. Some call it a grief closure ritual, helping the living let go. Others argue it keeps people stuck in the past, unable to move on. But what about you? If the person you loved most died suddenly, would you marry them just to say one final goodbye? France may be a country of laws, but it's also a country of passion, where people would even marry a memory if it means finding peace. Here, death does not end everything. Some love stories continue, in legal records, in hearts, and in wedding photos, with only one person in the frame. If this story touched your heart, strange, emotional, and real, leave a comment. Would you marry someone who has passed away, if they were the love of your life? Don't forget to subscribe to Mysterious Europe for more forgotten, haunting, and beautiful customs from across the continent.